Store, Feltner's Athletes Corner, Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air, Mr. Break and Lube, Old South Restaurant, Arkansas Valley Farmers Association, Liberty Wash, River Valley Tinted and Glass, Arkansas Tire and Auto, and by Tracer Communications. Russellville Cyclone Soccer on River Country 102.3 KCJC.
Welcome, everyone, to Estes Stadium on the campus of UCA in Conway, and it's time for our final soccer match of the season. Good afternoon, everyone. 5A state championship, the Russellville Cyclones taking on the Lakeside Rams here at UCA. Both teams winning their conference, both teams going 3-0 in the state tournament at the Jonesboro last weekend, and both have gotten here to play the final game of today. They have 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, and this final game today here at UCA, final soccer game today. We'll talk a little bit about how both teams got here. First, for your Russellville Cyclones, of course, they, as we said, went 3-0. They went easily over Batesville in the first game, 5-0. The game was played at Greene County Tech at Paragould. And then they defeated Lake Hamilton 6-2 at Valley View. That got them to the semifinals where they defeated Hot Springs 2-0. Game was not really as close as it seemed. It was 0-0 at halftime. Russell totally dominated possession, shots, all that. Now, on Lakeside's side of the bracket, they defeated Maumelle, shut them out. They actually played their first game at Paragould High School. They won that game 4-0. Then they went to Valley View, defeated the host team, the Valley View Blazers 3-0. Then they upset Van Buren, even though Van Buren, a 2 seed out of the West. A lot of people thought that Van Buren and Russell would be in the championship match, but Lakeside had other ideas. They defeated Van Buren 2-1 in the semifinals to make it here to the state championship game. We are audio only, so whether you're listening to us on River Country 102.3 KCJC or whether you're on Cyclone Booth listening to the audio, we are not allowed to stream any video. That is a AAA says that can only be pay-per-view. Initially, they quoted us a price, and then they came back and said, nope, it's only going to be pay-per-view through their site. So we hope you enjoy this audio stream only. We're hoping to get this game in. Right now, sunshine, and they had some heavy rain the game before this one, but no lightning. They will play through the rain, but they will not play lightning. We'll have a 30-minute delay after the last lightning strike. So hopefully we're going to be avoiding all that. And we are set to start this game on time. In fact, they show 11:40 on the clock, and so we may be starting a couple minutes early. Russell are going to be the visiting team. They're in their road white uniforms with red numbers, and Hot Springs Lakeside in their royal blue home uniforms with gold trim. We'll take a break, come back with more of your pregame show. This is Cyclone Soccer.
Officially road trip season. Visit Orr Nissan of Russellville and OrAutomall.com. Get so much more with Orr. 0% for 36 months. See dealer for details. WAC.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability, and versatility built in. Like #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors. Z-Series motors that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today. In the River Valley, see River Valley Tractor on Weir Road in Russellville.
Hi, I'm Aaron.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Corey, and we're the Tree-Wise Tree Guys. Tree work experts based in Russellville, Arkansas. You have a problem tree that you'd like removed, trimmed, or otherwise dealt with, we're the guys to call. If you're looking for the best, look no further. We're the highest rated in the area. 5-star rating on Google. Give Jalen a call today, 479-222-0793. That's 479-222-0793. Tree-Wise Tree Guys.
ABC Children's Academy is currently...
Welcome back. The Russell Cyclones, as we said, going to be the visiting team here today. They were actually supposed to be the home team on one of their semifinal matches, they thought, because they thought it went for seeding. But what it actually does is it goes for who's ever on the top of the bracket. So when they were facing Hot Springs, they were actually fine with it because it was a really hot, sunny day, and they were going to get to wear their road white uniforms. And Hot Springs, the Hot Springs Trojans were going to be all black. Russellville won the state championship last year. In fact, it was actually a rematch between them and Van Buren. The Van Buren Pointers winning state 2 years ago over the Russellville Cyclones. Russellville got the rematch last year, shut out Van Buren 4-0. Both of those games were at Benton, as Benton had kind of seeming a lock on hosting baseball, softball, and soccer. And it was actually quite a nice setup because they had a parking lot that shared parking for all the 3 sporting events, so you could park one place and just walk around. Here it's a little bit more spread out on the campus of UCA. Benton did bid on this, but UCA outbid them for the AAA, and so that's why they're hosting it here. Got to tell you a little bit about the football field. They're playing it here at the football field, the football stadium, not the soccer field that is on the edge of the campus. And so the dimensions are just a little bit off from what both these teams have been playing on all year. Soccer field's what they've been playing on is 120 yards because you have, the 100 yards for the football field and 10 yards for each end zone. And so there, because of the goalpost, it's about 1.5 yards shorter on each side. That may not mean much to you and me, but to players it could be. So it's a little bit over 3 yards difference, a little bit shorter. Also, they had to really widen the sidelines, so we can't see the benches from where we are, and we're in the press box, and so it's kind of hard to see down there. We can see the edge of the touch line, so they have to adjust that a little bit. Also, it's not marked for soccer, so they put out chalk on their turf field for the center circle and the 18-yard box. And if you happen to be here listening to us, because KCJC is strong enough that you can be in the stands, that's why we call it the 18-yard box. But you say, well, how come it's on just past the 9-yard line? It's because the field's a little off. But they've got all that marked. This is the 4th game of the day. We just saw Episcopal beat CAC in girls action. The 5A girls will actually be tomorrow as Pulaski Academy takes on Harrison. Of course, Harrison out of the West, and you kind of pull for people who are on your, in your conference, but also Harrison is coached by Russellville graduates, so a little bit of our thoughts are with the Harrison Goblins, Lady Goblins tomorrow. We're about 6.5 minutes away. We're going to take another break, come back with more. This is Cyclone Soccer.
Do you need your wisdom or other teeth removed? Do you have a toothache? Are you considering dental implants to replace missing teeth or to help anchor a denture? Be sure to see Dr. Forrest Bale for a no out-of-pocket consultation at Lakeside Oral, Facial, and Dental Implant Surgery. Lakeside is contracted with many insurance companies and has multiple financing options to minimize your out-of-pocket costs. Have your oral surgery in a caring, state-of-the-art facility right here in Russellville. Visit their website at lakesideofs.com.
Do you need help with health insurance, Medicare insurance, life insurance, long-term care insurance? We can help you find solutions. Hi, I'm Mike Giroux with Giroux & Associates. Give us a call today and let us help you find solutions that best meet your needs. Giroux & Associates. Insurance in today's world can be filled with a variety of complicated issues, but it doesn't have to be that way. Let our professional staff simplify it for you. Giroux & Associates. You can call us at 479-857-2810.
This is Todd, Market President with Centennial Bank. We're more than just a financial institution. We pride ourselves on being community-focused and connected.
Hi, I'm Charlie, Business Development Officer with Centennial Bank. As a lifelong resident of the River Valley, I am proud to be part of a team that brings passion, pride, and dedication to our communities.
Supporting our community starts with people like myself and Charlie, who know and love the River Valley area, which is why we're always banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank is proud to support the place we call home. NMLS number 564245, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We have sort of a hidden gem right here in the Arkansas River Valley. Central Arkansas Surgical Center of Russellville. They're high on the hill at the intersection of Highway 7 and Interstate 40. We're talking quality local surgeons in a variety of capacities who can help you when it comes time for surgery. It's not a hospital, it's a surgical center. Central Arkansas Surgical Center. Inquire today by logging on to centralarkansassurgical.com or call them at 967-1117.
A solid roof for your business is key to keeping your employees, products, and valuables dry and clean. If you're experiencing roof leaks that are resulting in damaged equipment, stained ceilings, and walls, then don't let Mother Nature get the best of your business. The folks at E&F Roofing offer free commercial roof inspections, but their experience is priceless for your business, not to lose productivity and extend the life of your roof. So contact E&F Roofing today for a free commercial inspection at 479-272-4069.
KCJC Dardanelle, Russellville. River Country, KCJC.
I got to tell you, the Lakeside and Cyclone fans who have shown up and brought their rain gear, like, what's with this? Some are using umbrellas, but they're using it to shield the sun. The sun is out. They already have the lights on, of course, because we said that it had stormed about a couple games ago, actually. But as of right now, the sun is shining, but get ready, because we're expecting some rain before this match is over. Russellville Cyclones getting here by beating Batesville 5-0, Lake Hamilton 6-2, and Hot Springs 2-0. Really none of the games in doubt. A Hot Springs win, though, because of the way the Hot Springs Trojans were playing. It was 0-0 at halftime. Russellville got a couple of goals in the second half, one by Jet Bull, who's actually scored in all three matches here in the state playoffs. Nestor Crisostomo, who's had the most goals for the Cyclones, got a goal with 3:25 left. It's kind of been the same story almost for Lakeside. They beat Maumelle 4-0. In fact, I think there was a couple of own goals there by Maumelle in that match. Beat Valley View 3-0. But the semifinals against Van Buren, they trailed most of the way, 1-0 early and at halftime. But the Rams got a header by the Lions off a corner kick play with 11:31 left to tie the game at 1. And then about 5.5 minutes later, it was Isaac Carroll that got the go-ahead goal, and we were actually there watching that at the time. And I tell you, the momentum really shifted when they got that game-tying goal. And after that, Van Buren kind of didn't know what hit them. I think Van Buren scored the goal early. They had a couple other chances, and Van Buren was unlucky, however you want to say it. They had a couple of shots that actually hit off the posts, one in the second half. Early in the second half, one late in the first half, and the Lakeside Rams took advantage of that, ended up winning 2-1 to get here to this state finals game. The Rams have won one state championship. They won it in 2018, and that was 5A, and I say that because Russellville, of course, has moved around from 6A to 5A and all different things. And, of course, the Russellville Cyclones have won 6 state championships, including last year. They won 6A and 5A. And going for a back-to-back. If the Cyclones win here, it'll be the third time that they've gone back-to-back with state championships. Both teams having their starters march out onto the field. I'll tell you what, Stephen Barry, our engineer, we're about 60 seconds away. We're going to take a quick 60-second break and be back with the start of the match. Russellville against Lakeside in the 5A state finals. This is Cyclone Soccer.
First State Bank is proud to serve our community. A community made of hard-working friends and neighbors, folks who make our community better. You're why we offer personal helpful service and convenient digital tools. You make our town what it is, deeply rooted, community-driven. First State Bank, these are our stomping grounds. Visit fsbmybank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, there really is a better way. As soon as you start talking with our team at A Better Way Realty in Russellville, you're going to feel the difference. Imagine if you had a great friend in the real estate industry, someone who genuinely cared about you and your family and was passionate about taking care of you. That is the philosophy of everyone who works here at A Better Way Realty. We want your business because we earn it, period. Discover what experience and heart can do with A Better Way Realty. Find us on Facebook and see the difference. A Better Way Realty. Real estate done a better way.
Welcome back. We're at Estes Stadium on the campus of UCA inside of the 5A state finals. I got to tell you, when you have two teams that haven't played each other, what almost everybody does is starts looking for common opponents. And these two teams do have some, mainly in the state tournament. But, of course, Van Buren is a common opponent. Russell, that's a conference opponent for the Cyclones. They were 1-0-1 against Van Buren, a win and a tie. And Lakeside beat Van Buren 1-0, or sorry, 2-1, but they're 1-0 against Van Buren this year. The only one that we could find, or really that was much of a difference, because they both beat Hot Springs, they both beat Benton, was Lake Hamilton, and the Rams were 1-1 against the Wolves of Lake Hamilton. Cyclones beat the Wolves of Lake Hamilton in the quarterfinals 6-2. These two teams have not played each other this year. They did play each other early last year, I think back in March, and the Cyclones won that game 5-1. They beat them the year before 2-0, and the year before that, the Cyclones won that one. That was the COVID year, 3-1. In fact, since 2016-17 season, these teams have played 4 times. The Cyclones have won all 4. We couldn't get any records of them playing against each other before that. So they are going to play each other here. Lakeside 18-2-2 on the season. They are 12-2-2 in their conference, the 5A South. That's good enough for 1 seed out of the South. The Cyclones 22-2-2 on the season, 13-0-1 in their conference, and that was good enough to be number 1 out of the 5A West. Russellville Cyclones clinched the 1 seed and the conference championship before even heading into that last game against Van Buren when they closed out the season, but they wanted to be undefeated at home and undefeated in conference, and they were able to beat the Pointers 3-1. And remember that game, Russellville had 3 goals that were not allowed because of being offside, so it could have been as much as 6-1 in that game against Van Buren. Both teams getting their starters announced. They're both shaking hands in the center circle, starting in at goal. Of course, Russellville, they used 2, as many as 3 goaltenders, but it will be number 0, Brian Moreno, who went the distance in the semifinal game against Hot Springs. For Lakeside, tending goal for them will be number 0, Connor Sims. He's a 5'10 senior. He's actually signed with CBC. I was talking to the assistant coach for the Cyclones, Jonathan Bryant. He said, this guy's pretty good, and he says he's one of the better goalkeepers that we'll face, if not the best one. And you look at it, he's actually helped pitch 15 shutouts. I mean, think about that, 18 victories and 15 have been shutouts. Sorry about the popping noise. That's their crowd mic. We are piped into the stadium here at Estes Stadium on the campus of UCA. UCA, we of course, started yesterday with hosting baseball and softball games. The state championship, they actually have hosted some baseball today. They're actually taking a break from hosting a state championship baseball game because UCA is actually playing a college game over just across the way. We can see about a third of the baseball field over to our left, and can't see the softball field. It's over on the other side of the campus. If you're a Russellville fan, especially if you're a Tech fan, you know that we're looking at that ugly purple and gray. As it's every 5 yards is striped purple and gray. And if you're a Tech fan from a long time ago, you know that these two schools really don't like each other. So it's kind of different being here at UCA. But before 2 games before this one, we were actually watching Conway defeat Springdale in the state championship game, and that's back-to-back for Conway. And so a lot of fans were here. Russellville beat Conway, remember, earlier this year, 5-3. Lakeside's out ready to start. Russellville's still huddled at their bench, and the officials are going over and calling them over. And Coach Jared Fuller, who's been the head Cyclone coach since 2005, he actually played here at UCA. Graduated high school at North Little Rock. And the head coach of the Russellville Cyclones is it's the only head coach that he's been. We'll talk more about that as we progress. But Russell will be moving to our left into where the baseball stadium is. And Lakeside will actually start the match with possession. And we're just waiting for the go-ahead. You hear the whistle there, and now we've started. The 5A state finals. Russellville on defense immediately. Arias Garcia, number 7, kicks it back towards the center circle. Spinning away is Jet Bull, who can't control it. Ball's kicked up in the air, played down by the Cyclones, Garcia. Cyclones, since you're not being able to see it, they have a few players with the same last name, so I'll be trying to call them. with their first name also. Russellville tried to pass along the side to Nestor Crisostomo, who likes to play along the touch line, but it was moved out of bounds, so a throw-in coming for the Cyclones, and Gerardo Jimenez, number 3, threw it in. Russell will play it on the far side. Nice little play over there on the far side by Alex Bonilla, who'll get it into Lakeside territory, but Russellville slowing it up just a bit. Pass along the wing. It goes off of Jet Bull past the touchline. It'll belong to Lakeside. Lakeside will inbound it right around the edge of the 18-yard box on their side. Going to come in with a throw-in. Moves it down the field. It's going to be handled by Leo Santillan. Now the play is stolen away by the Cyclones, Arias Garcia, but Russellville plays it back towards their end, tries to space out, get some room there. Pressing the action is Lakeside. This is not how we saw Hot Springs play. They spread it out a little bit more. We saw Hot Springs pack it in against the Cyclones and really just almost to a standstill in that first half. Caleb Valines, number 16, had it. He'll dish it off on the left side to Isaac Carroll right around the midfield stripe. He'll have to play it back. This is to Caleb Brush, who has a pretty big leg. He'll actually kick it back to Connor Sims, his goalkeeper, who cannot handle it because it was a pass. He'll send a low line drive over to the right side. It's going to be handled by Sean Strolzik into Cyclone territory, and coming up to scoop it up is Brian Moreno. Not a shot. They played it out front just a little too far, and a good job by Moreno for the Cyclones to come out of his spot. He'll drop kick this one very high, and it's going to be played down. Russell's going to win the 50-50 ball here. Garcia has it kicked from him and over to Russell's side. Russell will play it out, and it'll belong to Hot Springs right around midfield. 5A state championship game. We're here on Cyclone Booth. We're also on KCJC 102.3. Audio only is what we're allowed for the state finals. We were able to bring you the playoff games, and we thank EAB Sports Network for that, as they were able to fund that. Off the throw-in, Isaac Carroll has it. Now it's taken away by Russellville, but the Cyclones get it whistled for the first foul. And Lakeside's going to get a free kick from inside of 40 yards away. First foul called in the game. So Russellville going to pack the front edge of the 18-yard box. The kick goes into the box. Moreno playing, and he's going to catch it two-handed. We said that Caleb Rush had a big leg, and he does. That one sent all the way to the goalie area for that shot, but handled easily by Moreno. Almost an interception deep in Russellville's own end. Dangerous play as the Rams knocked it back, but Crisostomo comes up with it. He's still not quite at midfield. He'll fly it left side. Here comes the double team. He'll slow it up and look to play it back, and he does to Jimenez. Jimenez will play back even further to number 15, Max Wilson. Max, remember, got the first goal in the Lake Hamilton match in the first 2 minutes. There's Payne, back to Wilson, Russellville, all this happening on their own end. Jimenez gets it to Garcia. They're forcing him to the right side, away from Crisostomo. He'll pass it over to Bonilla at midfield. A pass is going to be deflected by Hot Springs and chased down. Jet Bull's going to chase it down just inside the 18-yard box. A shot is going to be headed out by Jalen Nelson and past the goal line, so a corner kick coming for the Cyclones. But a good play there by Nelson of the Rams, because it was going to be played to the front of the net. Not a shot, but they had Nestor coming up. Kaiwan Martinez for the corner kick, sends it to the front of the net, headed straight up in the air, still in the 18-yard box, played down and out by Lakeside. Here's Bonilla, a deep shot, well, one hop there, and almost bounced over Connor Sims' head and into the net. Because remember, all turf is different. This one, it took a high bounce off there, and he had almost come up a little too far, had to catch it with the fingertips. Off the deep kick, Russellville wins the 50-50 ball once again. This played at midfield. A double team by the Rams, and Lakeside's going to take it over. Stolen back by Cade Shamblin. And Cyclones have possession, but they'll play it back in their own end. Max Wilson will force it towards the middle, the center circle, where it's intercepted by Lakeside. The Rams have it. They play it down. And they'll come over towards the middle. A pass over on the side is going to be intercepted by Arias Garcia of Russellville. Still on Russellville's side, Crisostomo will pass along the far side into Lakeside territory. This is Kaiwan Martinez the lefty. He'll send it up, trying to get it to Garcia. Arias giving chase, and he's going to save it just barely, and then it crosses the goal line. It'll be a goal kick coming for the Rams. They led Garcia just a little too much. He was able to get to it, but just couldn't get his feet underneath him. And a goal kick coming for Lakeside. No score. Almost 6 minutes into this match. 50-50 ball headed straight up in the air by Brody Townley. Lakeside, a couple of headers, and now they tried to get it to the lines. It's played back by Russellville. Kaiwan Martinez checks behind him, and he'll stop and put a nice little move here. Ooze from the crowd. He just had caused a Lakeside player to fall down on a nice little move. Russellville in Ram territory as it's intercepted there by Lakeside and played all the way back down. Russellville giving chase. Jonathan Martinez, who's actually playing injured, he had rolled his ankle yesterday in practice. They weren't sure if he was going to be able to go. Got it heavily taped. He is in there right now. Moreno going to drop kick it towards midfield. Nestor Crisostomo takes it away from two Rams players. Crisostomo up the left side. He'll stop at the corner of the box, and he'll shoot it, and it's going to go wide left. Connor Sims let it go, but it was actually deflected by a Ram player. I think it was deflected off Strolzik. And so Russell's going to get a corner kick. Connor Sims pulled his hands back because he didn't want to touch it. That was going to be a goal kick. He had no idea. Crisostomo with Garcia to his right. We'll see if he kicks it to Garcia close or if he sends it to the front of the net. Here on the corner kick for the Cyclones. Now he's going to send it to the front of the net. It's short hops, pops high up in the air. Played out of the box. 50-50 ball played down by Arias Garcia. He's going to get in the box. He's taken down. Russellville wants a foul call, not going to get it. A pass ahead by the Rams is going to be intercepted by Max Wilson at the center circle. 32:40 left to play here in the first half. We have no score, just one shot on goal for both teams. Kaiwan Martinez has it for the Cyclones near the touchline on the far side, and he'll scoot it along the carpet ahead to Cade Shamblin. It's going to be played out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner kick as the Rams are playing defense along that far side and kicked it, actually hit right at the flag. So the third corner kick coming for the Cyclones will come along the far side. No wind right now. There was wind that would have been Russellville's faces for the first two games, but it has died down ever since it stopped raining. And they're going to say now it's not a corner kick, it's a throw-in. So Charlie Payne going to throw it in for the Cyclones. Missing the headers, Jet Bull is played down by Max Wilson, and it's caught out of the air by Connor Sims. Sims making a save there as Wilson tried to just flip it with his foot right over the pack, and he did, but Sims able to handle it. Second shot on goal, second save there for Sims. Russellville with the steal at midfield circle. Shamblin with a nice steal, and the ball popped high up in the air. Garcia missing the header for the Cyclones. Played down by Valines. We're going to get a foul called on the Cyclones. This will be the second foul called on Russellville, and a free kick coming for the Rams on their own side of midfield. 31:20 left to play here in the first half. We have no score. Rush, a deep kick, goes into the box and headed straight back out by Wilson of the Cyclones. Kaiwan Martinez giving chase. He's going to play it forward. Jet Bull is there. He'll head it along and thrown down and kicked all the way down to Connor Sims. And he will play it off the turf as it was kicked by the Lakeside. He'll kick it to the midfield circle, played down by the Cyclones. Valines takes control over it, and Russellville not happy. They're wanting a foul on Valines. Here's a deep kick. It's going to go all the way down to Russellville's goalkeeper, Brian Moreno, who'll scoop it up. Even though it hasn't been hot for all the games, they still have honored the water break at the 20-minute mark, around there of each half, so we're expecting that here. 30 minutes, 25 seconds left to play here in the first half. We have no score. Kaiwan Martinez with Russellville. He'll kick it off a Lakeside Ram. It'll going to be deep in Lakeside territory, and a throw-in coming, and Charlie Payne will go over there. We've seen Charlie all year get on the track and run up to it. There's not a lot of room to do that. There's about maybe a couple of feet of turf, so he's going to be out on concrete if he wants to do it. Here's the throw-in, a header now by Jet Bull, and a score for the Cyclones. Jet Bull with the header at 29:58. It was a throw-in by Charlie Payne, went over to, I believe, Alex Bonilla, who gets the assist, and the Cyclones strike first, 1-0. Jet Bull, the junior, with the header, and his 4th goal of the state tournament. I'm telling you, I'm so happy he scored because, I mean, not just being a Cyclone fan, but I was worried in the pregame I put the kibosh on him saying that he scored in every tournament game. Thought you don't talk about a streak, but now we could talk about it. He's had 4 goals here in the tournament, and now 2 of them have been headers. He puts the Cyclones out on top, and that's big. When you score against Connor Sims, that's big. I mean, the guy's pitched 15 shutouts. Cyclones lead it 1-0 here early going. There's a deep kick by Rush. It goes all the way to Moreno, and he'll just play it down without scooping it up, and he's taking his time. Valine's meeting him at the box now, and now he'll scoop it up. He was just killing some time there. Sometimes Russell will do this to space out the other team a little bit. The drop kick will be played down by Garcia. I don't know if Garcia or Bonilla got that assist after the throw in by Charlie Payne, but as he's done in the tournament, as he's done so well this year, Jet Bull with the header, and they actually went top left corner there, and Connor Sims, the goalkeeper, was playing over on the right side, trying to narrow that angle. Russell with it, playing it back, now ahead, trying to go to Bonilla, and he had to stop and let it go because he didn't want to be offsides, and it goes past the touchline. So throwing the ball deep in their own end will be Sean Strolzik. Here's the throw in for Lakeside, and it goes out past the touchline again. So Russell's going to get it immediately on their own end. And Charlie Payne, again, not a lot of room. They don't have a track. This is a college field. That's sometimes what you have to deal with. Because if you know Charlie, he will take sometimes a 15-foot run up, and he's got the arm to throw it. But he'll play it back, and now it's played forward into the 18-yard box, headed immediately out by Rush, and I think we're going to get an offsides call on the Cyclones, and that's what it is. First offsides call on Russellville. It's going to be played just at the edge of the penalty box. And again, Caleb Rush will kick this one. He'll flip the field. Headed straight back up in the air towards midfield. Russellville trying to steal the ball, and we're going to get a foul called on the Cyclones. This will be on Chrysostamo. That's his 3rd, and the official talking to him, telling him, not giving him a yellow card, just explaining to him what he can and can't do there. So we'll get a free kick for the Rams deep in their own end. Between the 25, 30-yard line. Give you a mental picture there. Deep kick chested down there by Cade Shamblin of the Cyclones. Russell takes control here at midfield. Arias Garcia, a lot of space. He's into Ram territory. He'll move it left now to Chrysostamo coming in from the wing. He'll move it towards the 18-yard box. His shot goes wide left. And Sims will let it go, so to play the goal kick for Lakeside. Lakeside won state championship. That came in 2018. They beat Valley View 4-3. They beat Valley View, who is hosting the tournament, in order to get here at this state finals. Played at midfield. It's going to be played down. Diego Corona has it taken from him by Arias Garcia. Looked like Corona actually collided with his own man. They helped with the steal. Kaiwan Martinez along the right side. Here comes the double team. He'll send it into the box. Play down by Chrysostamo. Has the chest it down. Just out of the box now. Being pressured by Rush. It'll move him away towards the touchline. Backwards pass over to Bonilla. And Bonilla trying to pass it to himself. Gave himself a little bit too much room as it goes past the goal line. Substitutions coming in. For the Cyclones. And Matthew Guajardo, number 11. I didn't see who the other player was. We'll catch it here in a minute. Played near midfield, and Charlie Payne helps head it down for the Cyclones. Russellville on the move. Bonilla, left side. Crisostomo in front of him, but the pass was deflected. Kaiwan Martinez has to retreat to get it back for Russellville. Pass was intercepted once again by Strolzik, who moves it past the touchline. Russellville will have a throw in. The throw in goes backwards, and now a steal by Caleb Valines. Russell a little nonchalant there. Valines, number 16, will play it towards the center circle with the pass. They'll have to pass it back. The Rams will. They get it to Strolzik. Played towards the middle, and Valines having to fight for it. He gets past Garcia with it. A pass ahead now to Townley, and it's going to be a tackle made as the ball is pushed out of bounds by Max Wilson for the Cyclones. Good for Russellville to stop that threat, but it's going to be a corner kick for Lakeside. Russellville does not give up many corner kicks. It's the first one of this match. Corona will be doing the corner kick. They don't have anybody near him. Everybody in the box, save 2 players. Corona's kick goes to the front, headed up in the air and completely over the crossbar, just barely. Moreno for the Cyclones jumped up to make sure, and once he saw it was going to be over the crossbar, he didn't touch it, so it could be a goal kick for him. So Russellville able to stave off that. Got to give credit, too, to Max Wilson. Even though we gave up the corner kick, it was a good play there. At midfield, playing it down is Patterson. He'll pass it forward, but the ball intercepted by the Cyclones. So Russellville leading here 1-0, 23-37 left to play in the first half. We'll have a water break here at about 3 minutes or so. It's usually a dead ball around the 20-minute area. Ball played past the touchline in Ram territory. It'll be a throw-in for the Cyclones. Jet Bull, the header at 29:58, the only score so far. Off the inbounds pass, played forward by Bonilla and played back out by the Rams. Russellville keeps control of it, but they're going to have to move backwards a little bit. In fact, they're going to let the ball roll past the touchline near midfield. Trying to go to Kaiwan Martinez. It's headed out by the Rams to play to empty space. Garcia over to more empty space, but ball intercepted. Played down by the Rams, but nobody home. There's 3 Cyclones in the area. I'll play it back to Moreno, the goalkeeper for Russellville. Nobody from Lakeside around too much. Alex Bonilla. Gerardo Jimenez. Played downfield, and sneaky play there by Denver Davidson. He was trying to come up with the steal, but played it off the short hop, and it goes past the touchline. He almost had the steal in some open area on Russellville's side of midfield. Off the throw-in, Russellville sends it all the way down towards Sims, their keeper, and he'll take it on 2 hops. Nobody really around the area. David Cervantes, number 21, was the other Cyclone that had checked in moments ago. Good to see him out there. He was injured, could not play in the semifinals. He handles the pass right now. It is back to the goal, plays it back to Kaiwan Martinez. Martinez's pass over to Crisostomo, coming in from the wing, just outside the box. He'll move into the 18-yard box, send it forward. Russellville with the header, and it goes too high. Crisostomo set it up, and Russellville just couldn't put it in the back of the net. Goal kick coming for Lakeside. 21-29 left to play here in the first half. Russellville 3 shots on goal. Lakeside 1. And now we have an injured player. I was wanting to checking that, see if they were going to stop the clock. Our clock is not exactly synced with their clock, and they do stop it. Diego Corona, the injured player, as soon as they stop the clock, he's up and he'll hobble off under his own power. You can tell he's in some pain. And now a couple substitutions. Luke Viscardis, number 9, will come in for Lakeside. Cyclone players were sitting in the stands a week ago watching this Lakeside team take on Van Buren. There was a lot of Cyclone fans cheering for Lakeside in that game. There's not a lot of love between Van Buren and Russell when it comes to soccer. Russell will win the 50-50 ball here, played at midfield. It's going to be taken away by Lakeside with a deep kick down. And a nice header there by Max Wilson goes over the head of two Lakeside players, and Russellville on the move. Cervantes with it into Ram territory, sees the double team, passes it back, has to be handled by Kaiwan Martinez. Had to retreat back. He'll give it off to Arias Garcia along left side. He'll stop on a dime. Crisostomo moving towards his right, but Garcia's still with it. His pass is going to be intercepted there by Brody Townley and played over towards the middle. Areola, and now pass over to Patterson. Patterson will bring it into the center circle. Here's a double team. Nice steal there by Arias Garcia. Gets it over to Guajardo, who'll send it down to the other side. Rush was calling for Sims, but he didn't realize, Sims realized that Russellville had a trailer on the play, and he said, handle it yourself. He had to stay near the net. Russellville with the steal here deep in their own end. Ball played towards the box, but played immediately back out by Lakeside. 20 minutes, 14 seconds left. We're probably going to get a stoppage of play here in just a moment for a water break. They've honored that so far today, even when it was cloudy and rainy, but good policy. Crisostomo playing it back towards the center circle for Russellville. Cyclones leading it here 1-0. Under 20 minutes to go in the first half. Garcia receives the pass into Ram territory. Will play it along the side to Bonilla. Alex coming in from the right side. They'll give it to Guajardo. Matthews' left-footed shot goes wide right. And now we have our stoppage of play. We'll stop the clock here. We have 19 minutes and 34 seconds left to play in the first half. The Cyclones lead it 1-0. And we'll take a break. This is Cyclone Soccer.
At Fleet Tire, Point S, the S stands for service, selection, and savings. Fleet Tire knows the importance of the handshake and the significance of a referral. That will never change. At Fleet Tire Point S, you'll still find the same local owners, friendly service, and guarantees on warranties. Fleet Tire Point S consistently offers unparalleled service and quality tires to fit every budget, because you, the customer, are always the top priority at Fleet Tire Point S. So come by today and experience the Fleet Tire Point S difference. No stress with Point S.
Miller Roofing Company, a family-owned company treating you like family. Who's a part of the Miller family of employees? Shannon Yarborough loves her work with residential customers.
I work with all the residential customers. I organize and schedule their roofs. I love logistics. Problem solving. I love the atmosphere about working at Miller Roofing Company. It's a great company, and I love working with people.
Your friends at Miller Roofing. See them on South Arkansas and Russellville, and follow them on Facebook. Some thoughts about your home from Alathus Realty Russellville. Many will tell you spring is the best time to sell. And if you've been considering putting your house on the market, why wait until spring when everyone else is on the market and you have more competition? Why not go on the market now when there's less competition and get more for your home? If you're ready to sell or you know someone who's thinking of selling, get in touch with the professionals at Alathus Realty Russellville. Find them on Facebook.
Welcome back, and appreciate you joining us on the radio or on the stream. We're streaming audio because AAA will not allow video stream. Also want to send a special hello to Dylan Conley and the Mountain Home Bombers. Mountain Home, of course, in our conference, they pulled a big upset in the first round of the tournament, upsetting Searcy, one seed out of the East. As we start here, 19:30 left here in the first half. Russellville leads it 1-0. Jet Bull a header at the 29:58 mark. Bull with it for the Cyclones after that water break. Ooh, nice move to get around his defender, and he'll move it into Lakeside territory. A pass ahead goes off the foot of Guajardo and played back towards the middle. Russellville going to intercept it, and they've got numbers here on this side. Kaiwan Martinez playing it towards the center. He's got Crisostomo. Check that. That's Guajardo on his left side, and he'll fake the pass over to Bonilla, trying to get it back to Kaiwan Martinez, and intercepted and played back out by Townley. Russellville will have a throw-in. This hurts Russellville's strategy. Not a lot of out-of-bounds area to do that run-up and big throw. That's a big part of Russellville's game off the throw-in. And we have a stop here, and what Russellville had done, they had thrown it in, but they're supposed to be on the other side of the bench. Again, not a lot of room there, so they have to move around to the tent to the other side. And Jimenez will play it in with a pass to Cade Shamblin. Shamblin sent it towards the middle, but headed back out by the Rams. They're going to take over. Iscardis will play it ahead to Townley, and the Rams on the move now. Here comes the double team, and the Cyclones get the steal. Arias Garcia with the steal at midfield. Cyclones have a way of just moving their foot in front of the ball, if that makes sense, to fake the pass. Seems like every one of their guys can do that, and it really just fakes out on the fake passes. Guajardo trying to play it ahead to himself, but he can't chase it down, almost to try to move the ball into Lakeside territory. It's going to be intercepted by the Rams, and then a foul called on the Cyclones. 4 fouls called on Russellville, no foul yet called on the Rams. Rams going to have a free kick, but deep in their own end. Here's a kick towards the middle. Kaiwan Martinez plays it down. Cervantes have it at midfield, but nobody with him, so he's going to leave it over right side to Jet Bull, who sends it towards the front of the net. It's going to be handled by Connor Sims on one hop. He's going to hold it for a while as Russellville runs away from the 18-yard box. Played towards the middle and played down by Patterson of the Rams. The Rams, 1 shot on goal so far in this first half. They had a corner kick that didn't yield any shots. Other than that, Russellville's really been dominating, possessing the ball. As it's played back to Moreno, the keeper for Russellville, he'll kick it off the turf, and it'll flip the field and played off the chest by the Rams. They misplayed it as it goes past the touchline. Russell's going to have a throw-in on Lakeside side. Played into Jet Bull, trying to get it to Cervantes. Played along past the touchline and again played out, this time by Rush, and Russell's going to have a throw-in from deep in Ram territory. .5A girls final will be tomorrow. Pulaski Academy against Harrison. Here's the throw-in for Russellville. It's played down, but not out. Played up in the air there by Jet Bull. Russell missing the header, but it's still not out of the box yet, and now played out by the Rams. Played down by Jimenez about 50 yards away. His pass is going to be intercepted by Lakeside as they boot it out of the area. But again, Russell just controlling, possessing the ball right now. And now we have a whistle and a foul called on Lakeside. It's the first foul called on the Rams. And the second whistle, I think, might have been a warning as a Lakeside player kicked the ball away. Jimenez will play it backwards. He was deep in Russellville's own end anyway. So play it backwards over to Jonathan Martinez. And he was the one that's not quite 100%. Max Wilson also back. Russellville is playing catch back there, trying to bring the Rams out a little bit. They'll scoot it along into Ram territory and played out of bounds by the Rams. They were looking ahead for Cervantes, who had broken free, and it's played out nicely by Nelson for the Rams. But Russell's going to get a throw-in, but not before we have substitutions. For the Cyclones, Jose Lara Escobar, number 20, comes in. Nestor Crisostomo back in for the Cyclones. Payne will sit down. Russell going to shift around a little bit on this throw-in. I said Payne sit down. No, he went to the edge to do the throw-in. He throws it into the 18-yard box. Played off the header. Header back in by the Cyclones. Here's a shot, goes high. As the shot taken there by Escobar. Goes over the crossbar. Really no threat for Connor Sims. Sims, their goalkeeper. Again, he's going to play at CBC next year. They actually have 2 guys that I know of that are going to play at the next level. Leo Santillan is going to play at National Park College there in Hot Springs. So play down at midfield, and looks like Lakeside's going to have it. They're going to play it back to keep possession, but they could mount an attack here. Played through center circle, and the pass intercepted by Jet Bull, the Cyclones. Played forward. This is Escobar. He has it taken away as the pass was just a little bit past him. And it's going back and forth at the midfield circle, and we're going to get a foul called on Leo Santillan. And pretty classy there as he had knocked down Cade Shamblin, and he helps him right back up. Russell's going to get a free kick right at the midfield stripe. No deep kick. They're going to pass along the right side. And now the Rams going to take it away, and the Rams on a little bit of a fast break here. Moving into Cyclone territory, trying to play it back towards the middle. Here comes the double team. A nice sliding tackle with the Rams still with it. Played ahead by Areola. It's not his pass knocked away past the touchline, and let's see, both teams pointing opposite directions. It's going to be possession Russellville right at midfield. Played towards the middle. And then back to Connor Sims, played by his teammates, so he has to kick it off the turf. Towards midfield. There's a scramble for it. Cade Shamblin's going to come up with it for the Cyclones. Over to Jet Bull along the right side. Here comes the double team. Santillan makes the steal before Lakeside. Has it taken right back by Escobar. Bull trying to pass it to himself. Put the puck down front. It crosses the goal line. It'll be off Russellville, so Lakeside will have a goal kick. Everybody will move back towards center area. Russellville leading 1-0 here, 12:44 left. Welcome you if you're watching the audio on Cyclone Booth, or if you're listening to us on KCJC 102.3. We appreciate you. Ball played down. The Rams are going to have possession at the center circle. Ooh, an errant pass. They're trying to go to Strolzik, and he didn't realize miscommunication. He had already started down the field. Russell was going to have it. A long pass deflected by Strelzik. Shamlin comes up with it, coming in from the wing just outside the 18-yard box, but deeper than that. He'll play it back now. And this is Chrysostomo. Nestor sees the double team. Will move it towards the front of the net, but it goes completely over the other side. I said miscommunication by the Rams a while ago. This is miscommunication by Russellville as Cervantes had crashed the net. Didn't realize that the pass may be coming in behind him. And so a goal kick coming for Lakeside. 11:50 left to play here in the first half. The Cyclones leading it 1-0. A header by Jet Bull at the 29:58 mark. Arias Garcia and Kaiwan Martinez will check back in for the Cyclones. No substitutions this time for Lakeside. 50-50 ball at midfield circle. Played down by Russellville, and might be getting a handball. No, it thought it might be a handball, but it's going to be a foul called, and the official is talking to one of the Rams. And this official so far is doing a good job of communicating rather than just immediately pulling out a yellow card. The foul's going to be called on Patterson. That's the third foul called on Lakeside. Russell's going to get a free kick from about 70 yards away. So deep in their own end. Wilson, big leg. He's going to send it to the front of the 18-yard box. Played down by Lakeside. Patterson, and back out near the center circle. Viscardis has it for Lakeside, but having to play it back into his own end. Misplayed by Davidson. He saw the double team. He'll play it back towards the center with a deep pass. But again, it's like Lakeside's just having to kick it out of trouble. And Russellville has defenders back there. A little give and go. Garcia has it. Here comes the double team as he enters Ram territory, taken away by Lakeside. Oh, and they missed Valines, who was coming up the sideline. He was open. They didn't see him. Now they get it to him. No, they pass it behind him. It goes past the touchline. You can see his frustration. He had his palms open like, I am right here. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. It's a 1-0 lead for the Cyclones here in the 5A state championship. Off the throw-in, it's a header and a big kick all the way down the other side. It's going to end up in a goal kick. Nobody's down there. Nobody's within 30 yards of it. Big kick there by Jalen Nelson. And so Brian Moreno will have the goal kick. He started to pass it quickly, but the official blew it dead because Isaac Carroll set to check back in for the Rams. Carroll had the game winner against Van Buren. Got the assist from Santillan. Carroll's had a long break here for Lakeside. Now Moreno, who had just passed it off, looks like he's setting up for a big kick here. Puts it on the edge of the goalie area, and he'll kick it towards midfield circle. Played back by Lakeside. Still not down yet. They have the header and ahead now by Viscardis, who plays it almost past the goal line, but saving it just with his feet is Moreno, the goalkeeper for the Cyclones. 9 minutes left to play here in the first half, and Moreno was just holding on to it. The Lions will run down, force him to pick it up. He'll drop kick it as he runs to the edge of the penalty box, flips the field here, but played back by the Rams, now at midfield circle. Arias Garcia playing it down for the Cyclones, but fighting for it Arias Garcia taking it away from the lines. Russell with it at midfield. Sending it forward to Nestor Crisostomo. He's having to move towards the circle. Back to his own end. Dangerous pass across to the far side. Gets it back to Nestor. Garcia was calling for it, but he didn't see the double team. They can't get it to him. They played along left side to Jimenez. Gets around his man, Valines. He'll bring it up. He's coming in for the edge of the box here on the wing. Passes it forward. Can't split the double team. He was looking for a foul, not going to get called. As Ariola and Strolzik had double teamed and wouldn't let him through as he was trying to pass it to himself. So a goal kick coming for Lakeside. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Russell leads it 1-0. Ball played towards the center circle. Back by Charlie Payne for the Cyclones. Kaiwan Martinez with it for Russellville after getting the pass from Bonilla. Trying to get a pass ahead to Cade Shamblin, but intercepted by the Rams. Russellville now, though, just winning possession time here in this first half. Garcia near the middle of the field will play it over right side. Goes past Garcia with over a pass over to Jet Bull, back to Martinez. He'll send it to the front of the box. It's played out that time by Nelson. Russell still with it, though. Cade Shamblin, his pass across the way is going to be intercepted by Carroll, who was trailing the play. Kick it high and towards the midfield circle and played down by the Rams, but played back into their own area. It's anybody's ball right now. And Jet Bull's going to have it. He's going to turn, take a shot to the net from about 25 yards out, and it's caught by Connor Sims. Jet was angling just inside that left post, but Sims was right there with his fourth save of a shot on goal. Off the drop kick at midfield circle. It's going to be won by Russellville. Jet Bull playing it over to Crisostomo, left side. 6.5 to go here in the first half. Nestor splitting the double team at the front of the box. He'll eye it. He'll one hop on the shot and knocked down by Sims, who had to dive to his left. Didn't catch it cleanly. He knocked it down and then fell on top of it. Nestor, a quick shot that time. Didn't look like he was getting ready to shoot it, almost just like Bull, who turned and fired it at the net before then. Rams with it, but playing it back. Isaac Carroll play it all the way back to Nelson. He'll try to flip the field, but in the air it was almost intercepted by Martinez for the Cyclones. He sent it back the other side. Caleb Rush has it. He has it at midfield. Now give and go. Rush into Cyclone territory. A double team. Ball stolen away by the Cyclones. Looked like they were on a little bit of a move there. Shamlin will dish it over left side to Crisostomo. Nestor's pass ahead to Arias Garcia. Cyclones on the move, bringing it up left side. The Lions giving chase. They'll stop. The Lions trying to compete. A shot in there into the 18-yard box. Ends up in a header that's caught by Connor Sims. Said a shot because it was curling around, but trying to redirect it was Jet Bull. And Sims wasn't fooled. He played it off the head of Jet Bull. With it near midfield is Vizcartis, and he fell down with it. Stepped on top of the ball, lost his footing. Crisostomo has it. Vizcartis takes it back for Lakeside. With it near midfield is Centillion. Looking over left side. He'll dish it over on that left side, and he'll run down, trying to get the pass back from Davidson. But Davidson's pass goes past the touchline. It'll belong to the Cyclones on their own end. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Cyclones lead at 1-0. Jet Bull the header at 29:58. This is a 5A state championship. Cyclones trying to win their 7th state title. They won it last year. Beat Van Buren 4-0 after losing it the year before to Van Buren. Russellville with it along left side. Nestor Crisostomo. He'll play it all the way over the right side. This is going to be intercepted by the Rams on Russell's own end. Lakeside playing it near the center circle. Strolzik gives it over the lines. He's on the right side, about 40 yards away. He'll throw it into the corner, and it goes past the touchline. There's no way Vizcartis was going to chase it down anyway before a Cyclone would, but it'll be a deep throw in for Russellville. And Jimenez, number 3 for the Cyclones, will throw it in deep in his own end. He'll throw it towards midfield as it's headed and played chest down there by the Rams. Russellville gets the steal, and Crisostomo just sends it back the other way. Sims over there all by himself will catch it on 3 hops. Dribble it a couple of times, and here comes the drop kick. Very high, played over to the right side. 50-50 ball, won by Valines. Played it down with his foot. He'll get the pass from Santillan, and now intercepted on the pass by Jimenez. Plays it ahead to Jet Bull. Santillan with the steal off of Bull. His pass deflected. Santillan has to play it off his head in order to save it going past the touchline. The Rams still with it, but they're at midfield. 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. Isaac Carroll, a deep kick played down. Max Wilson giving chase for the Cyclones. It looked like he was going to turn and give it towards his goalie. He whiffed on it on purpose because he was trailing the play was Vizcartis, and nicely job because it actually goes off Vizcartis past the goal line. You didn't want to play it to the front of the net. You didn't want to play it out yourself because you give up a corner kick. Nicely done there by Max Wilson. Moreno played it over to Jimenez. Back to Moreno. Left foots it down. And now big kick by Crisostomo at the midfield circle. It's going to be headed by Rush. And Russellville going to take control just outside the circle, but on their own end. This is Kaiwan Martinez. He'll blow it over on the far side. Pass ahead goes past Jet Bull to the corner of the 18-yard box and scooped up there by Connor Sims. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Russellville leading 1-0. Your stats of the first half coming up at halftime. Deep kick played down by Nestor Crisostomo. He has to play it backwards to keep possession. Gets the pass from Max Wilson off his chest. Here comes a double team. He'll split the double team. He's into Ram territory. Sends it forward, and nice defense there by Rush, who is shielding Jet Bull from the play. The Rams kick it back towards the midfield circle. It's intercepted by Charlie Payne. Payne over to Arias Garcia. Russellville with it in Ram territory. A pass along the 20-yard line, so let you know it's about 30 yards away. Over to Kaiwan Martinez, getting around his defender. A deep shot will miss wide left. 11 shots for the Cyclones, 7 on goal. 2 shots for Lakeside, 1 on goal. Cyclones' only goal came just under the 30-minute mark. We're here at Estes Stadium on the campus of UCA. Off the drop kick played down by the Cyclones. Russellville has it on the move once again. Arias Garcia. Can Russellville mount an attack here in the final minute? Garcia with the double team. He'll stop, have to play it back, but he's in Ram territory. Back to Jimenez. Russell will have to play it back even further. With 34 seconds left, deep in their own end. They'll kick it all the way back to Moreno. He'll kick this one. Played down at the center circle by Lakeside Rams, but Russell with the steal. Pass ahead, trying to get it to Garcia. He's shielded by Strolzik, and we'll get a foul called on Arias Garcia. That's the 5th foul called on the Cyclones. They'll have a free kick from a long ways away. Here's we're at the closing seconds of the first half. And we've come to the end of the first half here at the Soccer State Finals for Class 5A. We'll take a break. It's Russellville 1, Lakeside 0. This is Cyclone Soccer.
Taking care of families. That's what the folks at C&D Drugstore have been doing in historic downtown Russellville for more than 6 decades when it comes to all your pharmaceutical needs. When it comes to compounding special medicines, R.D. Walker and his staff are there to serve you. And most importantly, if you need delivery, if you need curbside pickup, you need C&D Drugstore on the corner of B and Commerce in downtown Russellville, a 60-year tradition. Fellner's Athletes Corner, your high-performance athletic store for quality athletic footwear and apparel, features Nike, Under Armour, The North Face, Patagonia, Oakley, Saucony, New Balance, Brooks, Asics, Kabu, Keen, and many, many more. Fellner's invites you to make them your first stop. With more than 50 years combined experience, the familiar faces at Fellner's can help you with all your athletic needs. Fellner's Athletes Corner, 2320 West Main, Russellville, open 9:30 until 6 Monday through Saturday. Experienced installers needed. That's right. Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air is needing experienced installers. Candidates must have a minimum of 2 years experience with HVAC installation, must have a valid driver's license, and be able to pass a drug test. Serious inquiries only. Contact Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air at 479-964-4004 or drop off a resume at their office. Arkansas River Valley Heating and Air is an equal opportunity employer.
Mr. Brake and Lube, your local one-stop maintenance shop, can work on your vehicle pretty much bumper to bumper with fast, friendly service you can afford. And now with Mr. Glass's certified master glass technician, you don't have to drive to Little Rock or out of state to get your driver assist system calibrated safely and correctly. So whether foreign or domestic, visit the local one-stop maintenance shop you can count on at 1415 East Main Street and follow Mr. Brake and Lube on Facebook to keep up with monthly specials.
For over 70 years, Old South Restaurant at 1330 East Main Street in Russellville has been faithfully serving the River Valley. Whether it's starting your day with a good old-fashioned breakfast or helping you make it through the workday with a hearty home-styled lunch, and of course serving your family with a dinner that would even make your mama proud. Old South Restaurants on Main Street in Russellville. We're here for you.
We're here for you, so come on by Old South.
Farmers Co-op, your home for Purina Feeds. Mike Apples along. Mike, gardening right around the corner.
Just around the corner, got the seed potatoes in, got fresh seed in. We're ready when it's ready.
When you think about weather, this is the time of year, the breakover time of year. It's tough on cattle.
It is tough on cattle, so don't get fooled just because the weather's getting a little warmer and we're not that far away from seeing little green stuff. Make sure you've got all their needs met as far as nutrition goes.
One of the great things about nutrition, Purina Feed, you stock it here.
You bet. We are Purina Feed, your Purina Feed dealer in the River Valley. I sell only Purina Feed and my custom feed. So come down, we can fix you up.
Folks at Farmers Co-op, always taking care of you, your family, your animals, and your farm. The Farmers Co-op, East Main and Russellville. Don't forget their Danville location.
Welcome back. The Cyclones lead it here at the half, 1-0. We'll give you the stats. Russellville, 11 shots, 7 on goal, 2 shots for Lakeside, just 1 on goal. Cyclones had the advantage in corner kicks, 3 corner kicks for Russellville, 1 corner kick for the Lakeside Rams. 5 fouls called on the Cyclones, 3 fouls called on Lakeside. No yellow, red cards. Pretty cleanly played that first half. There was 1 offsides, though. It did come against Russellville. They tend to do that. Because how much Russell likes to pressure on offense. So Russellville got the only goal of the first half. Jet Bull with the header after the throw-in from the far side at the 29:58 mark. Jet Bull now 4 goals. He scored 1 goal in each of the state tournament games, and his 4th one coming here in the championship game. He got a big goal in the semifinals. It was also a header at the 31-28 mark in the second half of the state semifinals to give Russellville the 1-0 lead. And Hot Springs in that first half and start the second half, it really packed it in, almost like they were playing to get it to the corner, to penalty kicks at the end. When Jet got that goal then, they really had to bring out their offense a little bit, space it out a little bit. It caused Russellville to able to get the second goal there by Nestor Crisostomo, and Russellville won that one 2-0. We will say that if you're a Cyclone fan, don't rest easy here. Even though Russellville is a lot of times in this position leading at halftime, remember Lakeside against what a lot of people believe was supposed to be the second best team in 5A and a top 5 team in the state, Van Buren Pointers. Lakeside was here down 1-0 there at the Valley View in the state semifinals. And then with 11:31, Valines got the header off a corner kick play to tie the game. And then 5.5 minutes later at the 6:03 mark, Isaac Carroll got the game winner. That to pass from Leo Centillion. So they can come back. I mean, they're the number 1 seed out of the South for a reason. You know, we talked about this, you know, that everybody thought the West was the best conference, and of course we believe that too because we're in the West. But when you actually look at it, the West and the South have the exact same record heading into this game. Both conferences actually had a team upset a higher seed. Russellville had Mountain Home, the 4 seed out of the West, that upset the 1 seed out of East Searcy. Lions, and Lake Hamilton was a 3 seed out of the South. They upset Little Rock Christian. So both conferences, the South and the West, they made up the Final Four. The top 2 seeds in each conference made up the Final Four, and here we are with the top seeds from each conference. So even though we might think that the West is probably the best conference, I mean, the South is right there with it, so it's probably easy to say that the South and the West are the 2 best conferences in Class 5A. Mentioned to you that Lakeside going for their 2nd state championship. They won one in 2018. Russellville going for their 7th. They have gone back-to-back 2 different times, at 2014-15, 18 and 19. Of course, they won it last year, so they're trying to do that. If Russellville wins here, there are 4 schools in the state that have 6 state titles right now in boys soccer: Russellville, DeQueen, Searcy, and Harrison. Well, Searcy and Harrison's in 5A, so if Russellville hangs on, they would be no worse than tied with 2 teams, because DeQueen has 6, and they are actually playing in the state championship tomorrow against Dardanelle. So that's something that Russellville could be looking towards. When you talk to Coach Jared Fuller, he's very he's really behind this program that he's helped build, and he's got a lot of pride, and there's a reason. I mean, if you just look at what the Cyclones have built, the last time the Cyclones didn't make the playoffs was 2005, and when Coach Fuller came here, that was his first year. They didn't make the playoffs. Since then, they made the playoffs every year. This is his 19th season here at Russellville. He was actually an athletic trainer. He played here at UCA and was going to be an athletic trainer. He was an athletic trainer for football for 5 seasons at Dover High School before getting the job at Russellville. He actually played at North Little Rock, was a junior on that 98 state championship team that went 19-0. So he knows his way around as a player. Hot Springs, same situation. Ben Pettigrew, their coach, was a player at Hot Springs Lakeside, and then went and played college soccer at Ouachita Baptist. He was assistant here for 9 seasons at Lakeside. He took over this year, and I believe he won the 5A South Coach of the Year here in his first season. So 2 really good coaches with some college playing experience here facing off. Russellville leads at 1-0. We're going to take a 90-second break and be back with the second half. Cyclones up 1-0 here at the half. This is Cyclone Soccer.
At Liberty Car Wash in Russellville, you have options. You can wash your car yourself or drive through one of the automatic car washes. Liberty Car Wash also gives you the option of washing your fur baby. Why make a mess in your home and risk clogging your drains when you can wash Max at Liberty Car Wash? Visit Liberty Car Wash today on Knoxville Avenue and South Arkansas Avenue in Russellville, where you always have options.
Why trust River Valley Tinting and Glass? Well, River Valley Tinting and Glass is a family-owned business, and they take care of their customers like family too. So remember, your local auto, residential, and commercial glass and tinting company, River Valley Tinting and Glass. Check out their work on Facebook or call 890-5839 to get an estimate. Or you could always come by 2202 East 2nd Street to see all they can do for you. From a business you can trust, River Valley Tinting and Glass.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires. Consistent, responsive, honest and fair. What makes us different? We're the ones who care. Trust our experience to know what you need. Professional and fast. See what we mean. Arkansas Tire and Auto Service. We're more than just tires.
Arkansas Tire and Auto Service, 2304 East Main, Russellville.
KCJC Dardanelle, Russellville. River Country, KCJC.
Welcome back. The Cyclones are leading it here 1-0. Hot Springs Lakeside already out on the field. Russellville now coming out on the field. They'll flip ends. Russellville now going to be playing towards our right. That's where the big scoreboard video board is. They don't have cameras running the video board here, though. Just a graphic that says Soccer State Finals. We're getting ready to start the second half. The Cyclones will have possession. They dominated time possession in that first half. Moreno will start the second half. Russellville had changed it up quite a bit most varsity games this season and even in the tournament. but Brian will be in goal for the Cyclones to start the second half. Jet Bull will kick off the second half for Russellville. Playing it back towards his teammates. And here comes Lakeside rushing in, and I say that because they actually got a goal, I believe, in the Maumelle game, rushing in like within the first 30, 40 seconds as they took the ball away in their first round matchup. So you got to watch them on that. Russellville kicks it back to Moreno. He'll kick it towards the midfield circle, play down. It looks like Lakeside is going to take control of it. On the move here a little bit, Santillan towards the middle. His pass ahead a little too far out of the reach of Patterson. Cyclones with the steal. Russell with it on the far left side. Crisostomo, nice little move. He'll pass it to himself near the corners. He's deeper than the box, into the box. Shot deflected before it got to the goalkeeper and sends another shot towards the front of the net. This one caught by Connor Sims. Nestor staying with that one. Had a tough angle on that far left side on that second shot, but would have gone in, and Sims played it, catching it about eye level. He'll throw it out and kicks down to Townley. Brody Townley with it. He'll play it back to Adrian Areola. He's pestered by Jet Bull, and he'll have to play it back to Caleb Rush. Rush pass and near midfield is going to be intercepted by Kaiwan Martinez for the Cyclones. Cade Shamblin, Arias Garcia back to Kaiwan. He's over on this right side, our near side. The lefty will send a no-look pass. It's going to be picked off by Viscardis of Lakeside. And now near midfield, we're going to get a foul called on the Cyclones, and this may be a yellow card coming. It is going to be a foul and a yellow card on the Cyclones. Kaiwan Martinez going to have to check out. And you're not ejected from the game. You have to check out. You're not allowed to come back in until the next dead ball, until the next opportunity. There's different rules in place if you're not a soccer fan on when you're allowed to sub in and out. You can sub in at a dead ball as long as your team is throwing the ball in, or if the other team's throwing the ball in, but they are also subbing in and out. Here's the free kick for Rush at midfield. He'll send it into the 18-yard box. It's headed back past the goal line off a Cyclone player, so a corner kick coming. They had scored off a free kick that eventually led to a header off at Valley View by Valines. And this time Valines will be handling the corner kick duties. Their second corner kick of the game for Lakeside. This one sent to the front of the net, missing on the header, played down by Lakeside but not out. Santillan will kick it over the crossbar. This one might have been 3 points in football. I think it went through the goalpost or maybe just a little wide right. Russell out of the woods on that one. It was a misplayed header that gave them that corner kick by the Cyclones, and players saying my bad there, but Russell didn't have to worry about it. Here's the goal kick coming by Moreno, played into the circle, played down by Arias Garcia of the Cyclones. He's got Crisostomo on his left. He's going to keep it and now dish it to Crisostomo, a little bit behind him and intercepted by Lakeside, played back towards midfield. Russell leading it here 1-0, just almost 3 minutes into the second half. Townley just outside the circle, tried to pass it along to Davidson. It's intercepted by the Cyclones. Bull hits the turf, but it's picked up by Guajardo, who sent it into the 18-yard box. Not going to be able to bend it enough towards the net as it bounces a few times and then crosses the goal line. So a goal kick coming for the Rams. 5A state championship game here at Estes Stadium on the campus of UCA. Fourth and final championship soccer game of the day. They've got more coming tomorrow, as the 5A girls will be tomorrow. Cade Shamblin with it for the Cyclones at midfield. He'll play it back to Charlie Payne. He's double teamed. He'll quickly get it off to Guajardo around the midfield line, taken away by the Rams. Santillan ahead. Russell giving chase as the ball's going to roll past the goal line. It's going to be saved there by Townley, who kicks it out. So instead of a goal kick, a throw-in, which is about all you could hope for the Rams. Russell going to have to throw it in deep in their own end, a dangerous area. They throw it to just some open space. It's going to be intercepted by Davidson. Kick it off to Santillan, back to Denver Davidson. Has to play it back near the edge of the midfield circle, then all the way back. Lakeside has to play it back as they're being pushed back by the Cyclones. Jalen Nelson mishandled it, gets it back, scoots it along the carpet in Russell territory. Valines, he'll dish it off right side, trying to go to Carroll, and his pass was intercepted by Gerardo Jimenez. He'll give it off to Crisostomo. Sends a deep kick off the header by Guajardo. It'll flip the field into Ram territory, but go past the touchline. And so the Rams will throw it in. 35-22 left to play. Here in the match, Russellville leading 1-0. Off the throw-in, it's going to be an interception for Russellville by Bonilla. Alex gets it off to Cade Shamlin at midfield. He'll fake the deep kick, and then he'll pass it along. Guajardo giving chase. It's going to be headed down by the Rams. Can they save it in bounds? Rush can't. And so Russell's going to get a throw-in deep in their own end from about 25 yards out. Charlie Payne says, leave it down, I'll throw it in. Guajardo's going to go into the 18-yard box. There's more room on this side than there is on that far side, but there's only about 2 feet on the run-up on this far side. Russellville, Charlie Payne going to be right next to his bench. He'll kind of run almost in a semicircle, throws it in. A Jet Bull, the header, goes past the goal line. Jet just couldn't turn and bend it towards the net a little bit. Bend it a little bit, but it misses wide right. So the threat has ended for Russellville. Cyclones lead it 1-0, 34-24 left to play here in the championship. Russell playing this all the way back down to Moreno. Kicks it high, but there's no wind, but it's almost like the wind just caught it and it died as it comes down 10 yards from midfield. Guajardo playing it down and then has to take it away from the Rams. A pass ahead. Jet Bull can't get to it. It's played out by Rush. And so Russellville will have it on a throw-in again next to their bench, this time from about 35 yards away. Cyclones won the state championship. They actually won a 6A state championship back in 2018 and then won again in 2019. They were moved down to 5A, and they beat Siloam both times. Here's a throw-in by Charlie Payne, and it's going to be one hop to the goalkeeper, and Russellville flashed in front of the goalkeeper. They couldn't get a shot there, and Sims able to handle it. Yeah, the last time Russellville went back-to-back, they won it in 18 and 19. They beat Siloam for the 6A state championship, and then the next year beat Siloam for the 5A state championship. Classification-wise, they had readjusted everything. Russellville had moved down. 6A is the highest you go in non-football sports. Ball played near midfield. Russell going to take over. Jimenez. His pass deflected and stolen away by Strolzik. And sent down to Valines. Valines will leave it for Isaac Carroll. He's along the right side. It's the first real attack we've seen by the Rams. They'll send a one-hopper into the box, completely played out, and then a deep kick will go past the goal line, nowhere close. Every time I see Jonathan Martinez, the senior, playing, he rolled his ankle yesterday in practice, and he's not 100%, but he's gutting it out and giving Coach Fuller as many minutes as he can. He really shows up when he's walking around and kind of readjusts his socks and tape, I'm sure. 50-50 ball played down by Russell at the midfield circle. Arias Garcia looked like he was going to go left. After faking it, he'll pass it deep down to Nestor Crisostomo. He's going to come in from the corner of the box. He's into the box now, gets around his man, sends it to the front of the net, but not a lot on it, and it trickles past the goal line, and they're going to say, is that a corner kick or a goal kick? They'll say goal kick, that it was off Russellville. Russellville going to come in with a substitution, so we have a delay here. Kaiwan Martinez will check in. He replaces Crisostomo, so Nestor will get a breather. Nestor with 5 goals in the state tournament. He had 3 in one game. That was against Lake Hamilton, had the hat trick, and they were consecutive. Went from 1-0 to 4-0 by the time Nestor was done, and Russellville was winning it in a blowout. They beat Lake Hamilton in the quarterfinals 6-2. Pass near midfield circle is going to be intercepted by Jet Bull, and whistle and stoppage of play. And I don't know if it's offsides or a foul. It's going to be a foul called on the Cyclones. Second foul of the second half, 7th total on Russellville. 3 called on Lakeside. Rush is going to get a kick from deep in his own end. He's going to kick it all the way to the 18-yard box. Played down, and it's still in the box. It's deflected up high into the air after the kick by Cade Shamblin. off a Ram player. Martinez playing it nicely ahead. Russell going to take over at least, get some space as they kick it out near the 40, so 50 yards away. Santillan with the steal. He tried to pass it over to Carroll. It goes out of bounds off a Cyclone. Quick throw in from Carroll to Santillan, and he can't get it before it crosses the goal line. Just let him a little too much near that corner, and Santillan is slow to get up. He's out of play. Carroll with the quick throw in and threw it out just in front of Leo Santillan. And we'll have a stoppage of play here for the injury, and they're going to put 30-16 back on the clock. And player down, we have a trainer from Lakeside out to check on Leo Santillan. We mentioned earlier that he's going to go play soccer at National Park College there in Hot Springs after this year. He had an assist in the game winner against Van Buren, had a goal against Maumelle. A lot of their offense will go through him, and he gets up under his own power, but he's slow to get up. And he's going to walk off under his own power. In fact, they're going to move him behind the net so they can continue play. So they continue play now. At the 30-minute mark, Russell's going to make the steal, and the ball rolls past the touch line. It's going to be off the Cyclones, and so they're going to get it deep in our own end, near the corner, but it's a throw-in for Valines. He'll throw it towards the 18-yard box, headed back out by Russell. 2 headers, one by Arias Garcia, and then played off the foot by Kaiwan Martinez ahead to Jet Bull. He'll hit it towards midfield, and it's played out by the Rams. There's nobody in the area. They had 3 guys down there, and just Jet Bull. We'll take that. Russell's going to get a throw-in off this. I don't know if that's what Nelson meant to do, but it's played out of bounds, and Russell's going to get to flip the field here with the throw-in. They'll fake a quick throw-in by Jimenez, and he'll play it towards midfield. Arias Garcia. Here comes the double team. It's kicked away by the Rams. Nice sliding tackle by Cade Shamlin to come up with it, trying to get it to Jet Bull. He's about 30 yards away, gets around his man. He's eyeing. He's going to take a long shot, and it's shoestring catch there by Connor Sims. In fact, he bobbled it just enough where Martinez was coming up trying to get a rebound, but Sims collects it off the shot, and now he'll drop kick it towards midfield. Shot there by Jet Bull. It's his second one on goal. 2 hops near midfield. Still belongs to anybody, and the Rams come away with it, but they're playing it deep in their own end. An errant pass is going to be intercepted by Guajardo, and then his pass deflected off of Jet Bull and heading toward the sidelines, and it's going to pass the touch line. I believe it's going to be Russell. It sure looked like it was, and they are going to say it belongs to the Cyclones as it went off Denver Davidson. Off the throw in, and Jet Bull's going to be pushed down to the ground, and a foul called on Lakeside. It's near the corner, but it's not in the 18-yard box, so it's not going to be a penalty kick, but it is going to be a free kick from closer than where a corner kick would be. We're talking to probably about 20, 25 yards, maybe about 20 yards, and Kaiwan Martinez is going to handle the free kick. First foul called on Lakeside here in this half, 4th for the game. Martinez will send this to the front of the net, headed straight up in the air, still in the box, headed towards the goal, but deflected back out by the Rams. A shot deflected out once again and then played out of the box by Lakeside. Jimenez trying to keep it alive for the Cyclones. He'll play it off his chest and down and play it along left side. Still has possession, but the threat's kind of ended for the moment. Martinez takes the pass, gives it right back to Jimenez. Russell about 30 yards away. Send this one to the front of the net. Mishandled by the goalkeeper, and he crawls along in order to cover it. He was on the turf face down after knocking it down. He couldn't grab it, so he crawled to Sims in order just to cover possession there. And here's a pass on their side. It's going to be intercepted by Cade Shamlin. Jet Bull with it. Gives it back to Shamlin. He'll pass it over to Guajardo. He's going to get an open look. He'll scoot it along left side with the shot and covered up by Sims. Russell had an open look that time. And Guajardo kept it low. It was rolling along the turf, and Sims fell on top of it. The 10th shot on goal for Cyclones. The 3rd one here in the second half. Cyclones lead at 1-0, 26-49. Left to play here in the championship match. Ball goes past the touchline on Russell's side. Cyclone's going to throw it in, but we have substitutions first. David Cervantes coming back in for the first time this half, and Nestor Crisostomo comes back in. Jet Bull and Guajardo will check out for Russellville. Cyclones leading us 1-0. Clock does not stop on a substitution unless the team that's ahead does it in the last 5 minutes. Off the throw-in, off the shoulder of Cervantes. They try to get it back to him. Garcia's pass is blocked off. He's near the edge, but on Lakeside side of the field, and the double team will take possession. Isaac Carroll has it. Gets around his man. A pass ahead is going to be intercepted nicely by Jonathan Martinez of the Cyclones, and Russellville misplays it there. Carroll comes up with it. Hot Springs with a chance here. Lakeside coming in from the wing. Sends it to the front of the net. Deflected back out nicely by Max Wilson. The Rams giving chase on the far side. A nice sliding tackle by Jimenez. With his sliding tackle knocking it past the touchline. Russellville can quickly reset their defense as they got some time. Off the throw-in for the Rams. Going to be a two-hopper. Go past the goal line as they collide with the goalkeeper. Patterson ran into him. He was trying to give chase there, and he's going to give a yellow card. You're not allowed to touch the goalkeeper, and he ran right into Moreno. I don't think he saw Moreno. I think he was just going for the ball, but he does get the it was a pretty big collision. He does get the yellow card, so he'll have to come out. And number 7, Leo Santillan, back in the game. Good to see Santillan coming back after that injury. 1-0 our score. The Cyclones lead it. They stopped the clock, and they're going to put 25-34 back on the clock, so that's what we'll do. And now they blow it ready for play. Moreno with a deep kick near midfield. Russellville going to play it off the chest. That's Cervantes. He's got some room on Lakeside side. They back off. Pass over to Crisostomo. Play it off his chest. He'll turn away from pressure, and he's going to come in from the wing. He'll leave it for Bonilla, and no, we got a foul called on Crisostomo, and we'll stop play again. And now, as patient as the official was, now he's handing out yellow cards like a candy. It's a yellow card coming on Crisostomo, and he'll have to check out. So we've had 3 yellow cards all here in the second half, 2 on Russellville, 1 on Lakeside. And Jet Bull will come back in for Nestor. Nestor could come back in at the next opportunity. A red card or 2 yellow cards, and you're ejected. Off the free kick deep in his own end is Caleb Rush. He'll flip the field here. It's chested ahead by the Rams, and Russellville going to play this one back near the touchline, but they're going to save it before it goes out of bounds. Nice job by the Cyclones there, Max Wilson. Played back down by Strolzik. Kick over the head of Isaac Carroll. Russellville, though, will play it out of bounds, a throw-in. Rams going to get a throw-in on Russellville's side here. 24:40 left to play here in the match. The Rams lead it 1-0. I'll pass it into the box and completely kicked right back out by Wilson. Russellville kicking it all the way down. Rush shielding Cervantes away from it. He'll turn to kick it. It's going to be intercepted by Cade Shamblin just outside the center circle. He's along the right side. He'll stop and let the defense pass him and dish it backwards to Alex Bonilla. Now Martinez, Russellville in their own end. Max Wilson at around his 30, so about 80 yards away. Stretching out Lakeside. Let's see if he goes for the deep kick. He does here. It's going to be trying to intended for Jet Bull. Played off the Rams, but it's going into Lakeside territory. Jet Bull giving chase, trying to get the steal. Lakeside has it. Nice steal there by Cade Shamblin. Almost a full steal himself, but he'll play it off to Garcia. Arias pass over to Jet Bull. Russellville with a chance here. Cade Shamblin just at the corner of the box. Slips down, gets his footing back. Will stand up. It's going to be played out. And let's see. We have a foul called by the AR, which is a suggestion, I believe. You don't have to get the foul. Is it a foul or offsides with a throw-in? We're going to wait and see about it, as Russell's going to come in with substitution. Number 20, Jose Lara Escobar. Was it out of bounds, or was it a – it is going to be out of bounds. So here's Charlie Payne with the throw-in, and they're going to call offsides off the throw-in. And so Lakeside, no, they're not calling offsides. They're calling they stepped across the line, and Coach Fuller is talking to the AR over on this side, the assistant referee. But Lakeside's going to get it deep in their own end. Ball played into Santillan. Almost had it taken away by Escobar, and now he does. Jose Lara sent it into the corner of the box. They head it back out. Santillan comes up with it for the Rams. He'll play it through a double team, has to stop and let them go on by, and then he'll pass it along right side. And now They get into Cyclone territory. Past the Centillions, played too far ahead and out by Max Wilson of the Cyclones. Isaac Carroll was going to throw it in, but he'll leave it. And that looks like Strolzik will throw it in, headed right back out by Russellville. So the Rams gain some real estate here. 22-16 left to play here in the match. Russellville leading 1-0. We have a player down for the Cyclones. This looks like a cramp. Can't tell who it is because the way he's sitting. And he's stretching his legs out, pushing those heels forward, so it looks like a cramp. It's Arias Garcia. And so they're going to have 22-11 back on the clock. Cade Shamblin, who had just checked out, will check back in for Arias. A throw in coming for the Rams. They're deep in our end. Strolzik with the throw in. He'll throw it to the corner of the box. Played down now by Viscardis. Turns, double teams, ball taken away by Russell, but it's still in our penalty area. Here's a shot going to be caught easily there by Moreno, who catches it and then falls on top of it as the shot was taken by Areola. And he fell on top of it just to make sure everybody clears down. So that's just the second shot on goal for Lakeside. They had 3 shots for the match. Russell 15 shots, 10 on goal. Cyclones lead it here 1-0. As the ball was played at midfield circle, it's kicked out by Lakeside past the touchline. And so Russell's going to get a throw in just inside of midfield. This one played down by Cervantes. David will get the pass off to Escobar. We'll go back left side to Kaiwan Martinez. Russell keeping it left side. We're going to get a foul called on Russellville. Russellville seemed to be gearing up for maybe a shot as they were just at the corner of the 18-yard box. So Russellville commits their 8th foul. And a free kick coming for Rush and the Rams. 50-50 ball won by Lakeside. Here's Jimenez. Will nicely play it past the touchline. He plays it off of Alex Ochoa. And he goes down, looks like cramp. This one is because he's sticking that leg in the air, pushing the heel forward. And so they stop the clock here with 20:37 left. The Cyclones lead at 1-0. We're near that 20-minute water break anyway. Russellville got a goal in the first half by Jet Bull, a header with 29:58. And it's been 1-0 ever since. Russellville has dominated possession, dominated just about every category, even the fouls. They got 8 fouls to 4. Checking in for Russellville with number 17, Andrew Garcia. And Gerardo Jimenez will make the slow walk off the field. He's got to come all the way to the side. Usually in playoff and championships, they'll have the benches on both sides, but there was one area where they didn't, and I think it was at Greene County Tech where they played that. Appreciate you joining us if you're joining us here on Cyclone Booth or if you're on KCJC 102.3. Bring you the state finals here. Off the throw in, we'll do it again as this one goes off the Rams. The Rams looking for their 2nd state championship. First-year coach, Ben Pettigrew, but he's been around the Lakeside program for a while. I believe it's 9 seasons as assistant coach, and of course he played there and played at OBU. 5A South Coach of the Year. Russellville, that was a foul called, so we'll have a free kick from midfield. This is going to be taken away by the Rams and then played out by Strolzik. I think he was trying to kick it ahead to Viscardis and just a little bit too out in front, so Russell's going to have possession when we come back. We're going to take a break here as they have 19:58 left on the clock, and it's the 20-minute water break. So we'll take a break as Russellville leads Lakeside here in the 5A state finals, 1-0. Back in just a moment. This is Cyclone Soccer.
If you're business's telephone system, alarm system, cabling, or even CCTV aren't up to date, your business is not secure. Tracer Communications is a one-stop shop for new and existing businesses that value honesty, hard work, and quality solutions. So you can save time and money and focus on your business while they take care of your phone and security systems. And that saves you money and protects your investments. So call your local Tracer Communications at 890-6499 to set up an appointment or visit tracercoms.com for a full list of services today.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability, and versatility built in, like #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today. In the River Valley, see River Valley Tractor on Weir Road in Russellville.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm Scott. And I'm Corey. And we're the Tree-Wise Tree Guys. Tree work experts based in Russellville, Arkansas. If you have a problem tree that you'd like removed, trimmed, or otherwise dealt with, we're the guys to call. If you're looking for the best, look no further. We're the highest rated in the area. 5-star rating on Google. Give Jalen a call today. 479-222-0793. That's 479-222-0793. Tree-Wise Tree Guys.
ABC.
Welcome back. The Cyclones leading 1-0 here, 19:58 left to play in the match after the 20-minute water break. We thought we were going to have storms. It's been sunshine the entire match. I was worried about just dodging lightning. Knew we were going to have rain. We haven't had any. Cyclones with a throw in. Charlie Payne throws it into the 18-yard box. Played down, and a handball that's miscalled there. They didn't see the handball there by Hot Springs. It goes to their benefit as they play it out. Russellville leading here 1-0 with 19:45 left. All the way down. This one's going to go all the way to Brian Moreno, who comes out of his spot to grab this one. And he'll pick this one up. Drop kick will flip the field here. 50-50 ball played down by Cervantes. Russell can gain some real estate here. Jet Bull giving chase. Isaac Carroll will kick it towards his goalkeeper. And Connor Sims, a left footer near the midfield circle. Played down by Charlie Payne. Tried to get it out to Cade Shamblin. Played too just far out in front. Cade had to put the brakes on. Russell with the steal at the midfield circle. Cervantes with it for Russellville after getting the pass from Escobar. He's about 30 yards away. We'll dish it along the right side to Jet Bull. He's deeper than the box. We'll send it towards the front of the net. A diving stop by Connor Sims. Not really a save. He saved the pass. They were trying to go to David Cervantes, who is crashing in from right down the middle. And Sims, if you could picture that, he wasn't trying to save the net. He was trying to save the pass, diving towards the player, and played that down. Some things don't show up in the stat box. After they flip the field, we'll get a foul called on us. 9 fouls called on the Cyclones. This one's going to be a free kick for Lakeside from inside of 50 yards out. Russell going to have to mount their defense here. They're going to put guys right at the front of the 18-yard box. And guess who? Caleb Rush going to be doing the free kick. And they push him back a little further than 50 yards, so from about 52 yards. Here's the kick towards the front. It's going to be headed straight up in the air. This one's dangerous. Played down. The Cyclones with the pass is deflected out, and then the Cyclones kick it out of the 18-yard box. Rush has it. He's about 40 yards away, now about 30. He'll dish it along left side. Picked up by Townley. Sends it into the box. Played down by Lakeside. Kicked out by Charlie Payne. And Russell will play this out past the touchline. Can they save it? No. It goes out on who? And they're going to say it's going to belong to Lakeside. He had to think about it, and they're going to stop play here with 17-4. Now they're going to say keep it rolling. I don't know why the official crossed his arms, which means stop the clock, and then he rolled it again, but they haven't started it. So 17:40 left after the throw-in, so we'll have some substitutions coming in. Coach Pettigrew going to bring in a couple substitutions, including Denver Davidson, number 25, back in. The Cyclones can substitute, even though it's not their throw-in, because Lakeside's substituting. So Jimenez back in, Garcia back in, those two guys that are dealing with cramp. And number 10, Nestor Crisostomo back in. He'll replace Jet Bull. Jet with the only goal of the match. 17:40 left. The Cyclones lead it 1-0. And now they say start the clock again. With the throw-in, goes into the box. Played out again by Russell, but not out far enough. Towards the middle. Dangerous area. The Rams giving chase. Player knocked down. Russell's going to come away with it. The Cyclones mounting a quick attack here. Crisostomo brings it up right side, already into Ram territory. Pass ahead to Garcia. He checks behind him, see if anybody's there. He'll slow it up, and he misplayed it. He slowed it up. He did not realize what was there. You could hear the O's from the crowd. It's played out. Russell's going to have it, but they had a breakaway and possibly a 2-on-1. The throw-in comes to Crisostomo, playing it near the corner. Edged out there by Davidson. For the Rams, plays it back towards the middle. It's going to be handled by Isaac Carroll, but he's having a double team that he's having to deal with. He turns and fires it, but it's going to be blocked down by Jimenez. And Kaiwan Martinez has it for the Cyclones, about 50 yards away on their side. He'll scoot it back across midfield. The Cyclones have possession here. Big pass all the way down, played down by Crisostomo, but handled by Alex Bonilla. Here's Nestor with it. Has it taken away by the Rams. Miscardis after the steal there by Townley. And the ball kicked high in the air at the midfield circle. And a steal made by Arias Garcia, the Cyclones. Russell with it. Charlie Payne kind of checked behind him to make sure he could kick it. And he's going to give it about a 15-yard pass to Crisostomo. He'll pass it along the sideline to Alex Bonilla. He'll bring it up the sideline, stops at about 25 yards away. Nice little move to get around his man towards the 18-yard box. His pass is deflected out past the goal line, so a corner kick coming for Russellville. The first corner kick of the second half for the Cyclones, and this is an excellent, excellent scoring opportunity. Kaiwan Martinez will handle the corner kicking duties. Nestor Crisostomo close to him, but he'll send this one into the box. Looking for the header. It's headed out by the Rams, back the other side. Can they chase it down before it crosses the touchline? They can. So the Rams with it, and they're going to move it up the field very quickly. Russell giving chase, trying to get back on defense, not really chasing the ball. They're just getting down. And now a collision as the ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to be off Russellville as Max Wilson with a nice tackle along that far side. And what that does, it allows you to set up your defense. They can throw it in any time, but they're going to wait on their offense. A throw-in comes to Santillan, who's double-teamed and deflected out again, and this one's going to be off the hand of Santillan. So Russellville's going to get the throw-in. And it'll be a free kick since it's, I'm sorry, I said throw-in, and they threw it, we threw it in. But if it's a handball, he gets to kick it. Rams take control after the misplay by the Cyclones, and Escobar with the steal for Russellville. Here's Charlie Payne, a long pass, trying to find Crisostomo. They'll send it ahead. In fact, the Rams will send it towards their own goalie as he'll take the pass from Davidson. And Sims will kick it left side. Dangerous, he didn't pick that up, but he couldn't because the Russell Cyclone was trying to block the pass there by Sims. Here's a steal made by Crisostomo. Russell's got a little something going here as they have it at midfield. Charlie Payne with a pass along to Kaiwan Martinez, deflected off by Lakeside. Russell's going to have to retreat in order to obtain possession. They have to kick it all the way back to Brian Moreno. Cyclones lead it 1-0, 14 minutes left in this state championship match. Kaiwan Martinez with it for the Cyclones, kicking it around to himself. Sees the double team. He'll split, racing into Ram territory all by himself up the left side. He'll pass it ahead, trying to go to Cervantes. It's played back out by Rush of Lakeside. And past the touchline, this is going to be off Cervantes. And the Rams will have it on the throw-in. Nicely played by Caleb Rush. For the throw-in, Sean Strolzik will have it. It's been a while since either team's had a shot on goal. Russellville's only 3 shots on goal here in the second half. Lakeside just 1. The defense have tightened up here in the second half. Russellville had 7 shots on goal in the first half. They lead it 1-0. First half goal by Jet Bull. The Rams playing it down, almost trying to get the ball down the other side. A deflected pass there by Viscardis. Russell's going to play it towards their goalkeeper, who has to keep it low. Ahead to Escobar, and Russell will flip the field here into Ram territory. Pass ahead, trying to get it to Davis Cervantes. It's intercepted by Lakeside, but they didn't have a good angle on it. They have to play it out of bounds. Russell's going to get a deep throw in from about 5-yard line, so about inside 15 yards away. But we have substitutions coming in for the Cyclones and for Lakeside. Number 16, Caleb Valine's back in for the Rams. Number 2 for Russellville, Cade Shamblin back in. Russell will get a throw in deep in Lakeside territory. The Cyclones lead it 1-0. Here's a throw in by Charlie Payne, and it's immediately going to be caught by the goalkeeper, Connor Sims. That shows you how much power Charlie has on his throw-ins. It was caught at the edge of the goalie box by Sims. 50-50 ball played down by Payne, but the Rams are going to have it. They'll play it off Russellville, past the touchline. 12 minutes now left to go in the 5A state finals. Lakeside upsetting Van Buren, even though they were 1 seed, Van Buren 2 seed. If you just go off rankings, they upset Van Buren 2-1 after trailing 1-0. And they scored both goals within the last 11 minutes. And here's a steal made by David Cervantes off the goalkeeper. It goes past the goal line. And Russell arguing their case, but it's going to be a goal kick for Lakeside. Almost disastrous for Lakeside, almost fantastic for Russellville. Is almost misplayed there by Connor Sims. In fact, he did. Cervantes had the steal from the goalkeeper. Just couldn't get a shot off. As it went wide right, Jet Bull will come in for Russellville. They had tied Van Buren at the 11:31 mark in the semifinals. And they took the lead at 6:01 mark. There's a header at midfield that rolls all the way to Moreno, who covers it up and covers it up. Falls on top of it. He'll get up and instead of kicking it, he'll underhand roll it over to the right side. This is going to be handled by Alex Bonilla. Long pass ahead to Jet Bull. He's out in front of everybody. They're going to trail him from behind, and Rush is going to deflect it and kicks it out near the corner. It's going to be a throw-in or a corner kick. It's going to be a throw-in deep in Rams territory. Russell's going to get the throw-in, and Chris Ostemo is going to be the one to do it. He's going to for the quick throw-in to Jet Bull, plays it right back to Nestor. Nestor will send it into the 18-yard box, played down by the Rams and out by the Rams. Valines will chest it down about 40 yards away in his own end. Lakeside with it, 10-19 left. Kick all the way down, and Martinez shields it nicely as he kicks it over to his goalkeeper, but he looked like he was going left, kicked it back right. So it ends the threat as Moreno will kick it at midfield. Here's a kick by Garcia ahead, Jet Bull giving chase. He's going to chase it down near the corner. Jet will stop there, try to get it around Rush. It deflects off of Jet Bull, they say, and a throw-in for the Rams. Lakeside with the throw-in will take this chance to bring in number 9, Luke Viscardis. Russell with no substitutions here. 9:40 left. The Cyclones looking for their 7th state championship, the 3rd time they will have gone back-to-back should they win it here. Beat Van Buren last year in the finals at Benton 4-0. Off the throw-in, Nestor Crisosimo with the steal. He'll pass it over to Cade Shamblin. Russell with it deep in Ram territory. Double team, Nestor sends it toward the front of the net. The header missed by Jet Bulls. He'll deflect it off left side. When I say miss, I mean he missed the front of the net. I didn't mean he missed the header. Chasing it down is their keeper, Connor Sims. He'll drop kick it. No win this entire game. It's going to die right at midfield. Played down by Jack Patterson of Lakeside. Played out by Russellville. Lakeside with a throw in at midfield. Here's the throw-in headed back out, back in by Russellville, but Lakeside keeps control of it. They're about 40 yards away from the net. They have to play it all the way back at midfield, and it's misplayed there by Nelson. And we have whistle stopping play and a cramp now by a Lakeside player. And so they're going to stop the clock here. Russellville wins. They could be the first high school in Arkansas to have 7 state titles in boys soccer. DeQueen can accomplish that if they beat Dardanelle tomorrow. DeQueen also with 6. Both these teams a 1 seed. Russellville 1 seed out of the West. Lakeside a 1 seed out of the South. Lakeside coming in here on a 6-game winning streak. Their last loss was April 25th against Sheridan. The Cyclones on a 20-game winning streak. Their last loss was on March the 4th. Their only 2 losses this season was DeQueen, who's in the finals tomorrow, a different classification, and Rogers. Russell actually beat the 6A state champion, Conway Wampus Cats, who won their 2nd straight title hours earlier today. Russell beat Conway earlier this year 5-3. Lakeside player is Sean Strolzik. He's walking off under his own power. I tell you, cramps, though, they never had one. We really thought we'd be playing in the rain the entire time and maybe dodging some lightning, but it's been sunshine the entire match. Was not expecting that. It's Arkansas weather. And it's not a throw-in, it's just a ready for play is what they whistle. So Lakeside has it at midfield. Kick down the field is going to be headed, but the wrong direction by Russell. They turn and fire it, and they kick it so high it almost hit the top of the football goal post. Turn and kick that one way high. And they'll give Brian Moreno a different ball. That one almost went out onto the street. It's up next to the fence. Here's the kick by Moreno. Kicks it into the midfield circle, headed back down by the Rams. They win the 50-50 ball, and they're going to get a foul called on Russellville. Russell's upset about this one because it sure looked like it was just a 50-50 ball. 10th foul called on the Cyclones. Lakeside's wanting to go quickly here. 7:49 left. It's going to be a free kick from 42 yards out. Rush will send it to the front of the net. Brian Moreno's going to catch it. It had to be within 2 yards of the net. And he jumps up and catches it on the shot on goal off the free kick. He'll run up and drop kick this one. It'll bounce into Lakeside territory. Played back by Jalen Nelson. He'll try to dish it over to Vizcardas near the touchline. And it's going to be out past the touchline off of Russellville. Vizcardas will throw it in. The Rams have it in Cyclone territory. Charlie Payne trailing the play will kick it away momentarily. Rush has it just outside the 18-yard box. Nice little defense there by Bonilla. They'll save the day just for the moment. They'll kick it out. Nestor Crisostomo giving chase, but it's going to be handled by Vizcardas. But they have to play it back all the way. They were on the edge of the 18-yard box. They're all the way back at midfield. 6:48 left to play here in the match. Russell leading 1-0. Patterson with it near midfield. He'll try left side. Over here by himself is Caleb Valines. He'll send it into the 18-yard box. Nobody there but the goalkeeper. And action instead of catching it, Moreno plays it off his chest, and he's going to wait on them to come into the box before he picks it up. He does wait on Isaac Carroll, and then he'll scoop it up himself. 6:23 left. Cyclones lead it 1-0. Kick at midfield, played down by Patterson. Here's Santillan, and a foul's going to be called on Lakeside. They grabbed the Cyclone player. It's the 6th foul called on the Rams. Russell's going to get a free kick from their own end. More than 70 yards away. A kick from Max Wilson. It's headed back by Valines of Lakeside. There's a scramble for it at the center circle. Rush will come away with it for the Rams, but kicks it out too far out in front of him. Russellville delays it. Rush back, has it back, and an offsides call. Once it was deflected, you knew Lakeside was going to get the offsides call because they had 2 players over there, so take your pick. Carroll and also Santillan that was there. It's the first offsides call on Lakeside. Russell got whistled for 1 in the first half. Russell's going to play it back to Moreno. Can't pick it up because it was a pass from his teammate. He'll kick it with his left foot over left side. It'll bounce near midfield. Played down by the Rams, and they didn't get to it before it crossed the touchline, so Russell will throw it in along that far side. 5:03 left. Russell leading 1-0. Guajardo will check in for the Cyclones. Sean Strolzik, who is out with cramps, comes back in for the Rams. Played all the way down near the corner. Russell can't save it before it crosses the goal line. Cyclones won 6 state championships. 2012 was their first. Then they won it back-to-back in 14-15, back-to-back in 18-19. And they won it last year, trying to go back-to-back for the third time. 19 years for Coach Jared Fuller. Only missed the playoffs one time his first year. Russell going to take the ball over at midfield. It's deflected towards the goalkeeper by teammates, so he can't pick it up. Jet Bull was there giving chase. His pass is intercepted by Nestor Crisostomo. The ball goes past the goal line as it was last touched by Denver Davidson. Russell's going to get a corner kick here. It's about the Cyclones. Is when even when they are winning close, they don't rest. They're continuing to push forward. So they did the Hot Springs. They had a 1-0 lead. They scored 3:25 left. There's 3:42 left. Crisostomo's corner kick will bounce into the 18-yard box, played out by the Rams. It's a free-for-all. Players from each side going for it, and it's going to be kicked by Crisostomo off the head of a Ram player. And official stops play, but we don't know what the call is. It's going to be a foul called on Lakeside. Their 7th foul and a free kick coming. Crisostomo will take it from inside of 40 yards out along the right side near the touchline. You got 2 players at the front of the box. That's Jet Bull and Charlie Payne. Crisostomo will send it towards the front. It's played back out by the Rams. Cade Shamlin coming up trying to keep it alive for the Cyclones. Jet Bull has it right on the front edge of the box. Pass over left side. This is Guajardo. He'll take it near the front and he'll kick it, and it'll be scooped up there by Connor Sims as it was played near the left post. And Sims quickly with a kick out to Isaac Carroll at midfield. 2:42 left. The Cyclones lead at 1-0. Pass ahead is going to be intercepted by the Cyclones' Cade Shamblin. They take it back. Townley. Pass to him out in front. It's going to be intercepted by Russellville, but just enough to play past the touchline. They misplay it. The Cyclones play it past the goal line, so a corner kick coming for Lakeside, and that'll get their crowd into it. Caleb Valines will be the one going to play the corner kick here. And he'll play it towards the front. Headed straight up in the air by Charlie Payne, but it's still in the box. Played down by the Cyclones. And kicked up high up in the air out of the box by Cyclones. The Rams giving chase, though. They're going to have possession at midfield. Russell's defense does a nice job. It goes past the touchline. And the Rams going to throw it in. And off the throw-in, they tried to go to the lines. It was headed out by Jet Bull. And Jet's slow to get up. I think he's dealing with some cramps. So they're going to stop the clock with 1:37 left. Jet laid out to get the header away from that. And he's stretching his legs right in front of the Lakeside fans, and they're giving him some grief. But they do stop clock on injury. But I think this is the 4th or maybe 5th player that we've seen battling cramps today. Jet got the only goal for the Cyclones at 29:58 in the first half. A header gives the Cyclones a 1-0 lead, and that's where we stand now. Russellville, 16 shots in this match, 11 on goal. Lakeside had 5 shots, just 3 on goal. But they're going to get a throw-in from inside of 40 yards out. And Jet is now up and walking off, and coming in for him will be Moises Vasquez Portillo. Number 23, first chance for him to get into the game. Minute 37 left. We won't start the clock until the throw-in. Waiting on the AR. And we hear the whistle from the center referee. And off the throw-in comes into the 18-yard box, played back out by Cade Shamlin. Back towards the middle. The header is going to be caught. Nice save there by Brian Moreno. Almost a backwards header that time, and I believe it was Isaac Carroll on the shot. And Brian Moretto catching that one. It was coming in low. And it gets the save for the Cyclones off the drop kick at midfield. 50-50 ball. Charlie Payne with the header back into Lakeside territory. Russell's going to have control here. Arias Garcia looking ahead. He's going to kick it ahead. Portillo into the 18-yard box. His shot goes high. Left-footed shot for Portillo just goes over the crossbar. And he had an open look. It was just him and the goalkeeper, Connor Sims, and went high. They have to play it quick. They do, and an interception by Cyclones Guajardo. His shot from way out is going to be blocked and picked up by Sims. Couldn't catch it cleanly. Sims drop kicks it at midfield. We're under a minute to play. In fact, 32 seconds left. Cyclones lead at 1-0. Played by the Rams, headed down in Cyclone territory. Jimenez can't play it. Here's Santillan. His shot from the corner is deflected, bounces, and caught by Brian Moreno just outside the goalie box. And we're going to stop the clock here with 14 seconds. Santillan with the shot, and it was caught by Moreno, but it collided with one of his own men. And so we have 2 players down for the Cyclones as Moreno and Jonathan Martinez both went down. Moreno held on to the ball, making the save. And Martinez, they're calling for the trainer, but Martinez is up. And I think has a head-to-head collision, or maybe Martinez hit his head, and so he's got to come out because concussion protocol. And now checking in for him will be number 17, Arias Garcia. Cyclones lead at 1-0. There's 13 seconds left. They can give the ball to Moreno and start play now. He's going to pick it up, run to the edge of the box, bounce it a couple times. He's got all the time he wants. He's going to drop kick it at midfield. Doesn't matter who plays it down. We've come to the end of the match. The Cyclones win it. They are your 5A state champions. They defeat Hot Springs Lakeside 1-0. The Cyclones mobbing each other right around the center circle. Officials are trying to keep some of the fans off the field. Cyclones are excited. They have won a state championship and the 7th state championship for your Russellville Cyclone boys soccer team. Russellville has gone back-to-back for the 3rd time in program history. They won it in 14-15. They won it in 18-19. Now they win it last year and this year, 2022 and 2023. They defeat Van Buren last year 4-0, and they defeat Lakeside Rams here 1-0. Jet Bull got the game winner. Came in the first half, a header at 29:58 left in the match. In the first half. Russellville held on. It was all the scoring. But your stats look like this. Russellville, 18 shots, 12 shots on goal. There were 7 shots for Lakeside, 5 on goal. 5 corner kicks for the Cyclones, 3 for the Rams. Russellville had 10 fouls called, 7 on Lakeside. 2 yellow cards given on the Cyclones, 1 yellow card on Lakeside, and both teams each had 1 offsides penalty. Both teams are shaking hands near the sidelines, and they're going to get ready to do the trophy presentation. We'll take a break, come back with the post-game show, and wrap it up. Cyclones win it here 1-0. They are your 5A state champions. We'll take a break. This is Cyclone Soccer.
Do you need help with health insurance, Medicare insurance, life insurance, long-term care insurance? We can help you find solutions. Hi, I'm Mike Giroux with Giroux & Associates. Give us a call today and let us help you find solutions that best meet your needs. Giroux & Associates. Insurance in today's world can be filled with a variety of complicated issues, but it doesn't have to be that way. Let our professional staff simplify it for you. Giroux & Associates. You can call us at 479-857-2810.
Do you need your wisdom or other teeth removed? Do you have a toothache? Are you considering dental implants to replace missing teeth or to help anchor a denture? Be sure to see Dr. Forrest Bale for a no out-of-pocket consultation at Lakeside Oral, Facial, and Dental Implant Surgery. Lakeside is contracted with many insurance companies and has multiple financing options to minimize your out-of-pocket costs. Have your oral surgery in a caring, state-of-the-art facility right here in Russellville. Visit their website at lakesideofs.com.
Cyclones win it by a score of 1-0 to claim the 5A state championship, and they award the runner-up trophy to Lakeside, and they are now moving away from midfield. And now the Cyclones taking over midfield to hoist the trophy for the 2nd consecutive year and the 7th time overall. let the crowd talk to you about it a little bit. They get the state championship banner, and taking the picture right now with the banner and the trophy. Always a good feeling. The Cyclones have now won 6 state titles, I believe. They've come in second 2 different times. But they have more state championships than any other high school team in boys soccer. They now have 7. DeQueen, Searcy, and Harrison each with 6. Now DeQueen has a chance to get number 7 tomorrow. But as it sits right now, the best or worst, Russell going to be tied for first with DeQueen. But they have it all themselves for today. This day belongs to the Russell Cyclones, and your MVP, they just announced, was Jet Bull. He got the only goal of the game. That came at 29:58 left in the first half. After a throw-in, it was sent into the box, and a header by Jet Bull. I mean, this is a team, this Lakeside team is a team that they have 18 victories and 15 by shutout. So getting a goal against them was no easy task, but the Cyclones do it, and now the Cyclones win this one 1-0, and that's their 13th shutout of the season. The Cyclones 23 victories to go with 2 losses and 2 ties. They win a conference championship again and win the state championship to go back-to-back again. Again, 7 state championships for Coach Jared Fuller and the Russellville Cyclones. Congratulations to Russellville, and congratulations to Jet Bull for the championship MVP. We appreciate you joining us here on KCJC and also Cyclone booth. I want to send a special thank you to Stephen Berry, our engineer back at Russellville. And this wraps it up for this year in Cyclone sports. A lot of good things happening with track championships, indoor and outdoor, and concluding it all. I mean, even the Quiz Bowl championship, but concluding it all here. And we won't see you again until football season. That's right around the corner as it comes up in August. Once again, your score, the Cyclones 1 and the Rams 0. For Stephen Berry and I'm Mickey Duval, thanks for listening, and this has been Cyclone Soccer.
Russellville High School Soccer, live from the Class 5A State Tournament, brought to you in part by Orr Auto Mall, River Valley Tractor.